when I write something every day or I paint something, I feel like, okay, I've accomplished the most important thing that I'm here to do. And everything else can, like it's just priorities. Like I can put a lot of things on the back burner, but I never want to put that part of my identity on the back burner. Like I don't want it to get lost.
How do you
love that?
How do you manage that?
I almost missed my flight in Chicago one time because I was supposed to be in the airport by 5, right? Because the 2 hours, right? The 2 hour you're supposed to give yourself. And I remember I was with my best friend, and it's like 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's just stay up, watch Peaky Blinders,
Yeah. Oh,
so we were watching Peaky Blinders,
Yeah.
and then she fell asleep, and I was like, all right, my plan was to go to the bathroom, wash my face.
Oh no.
Go down to the Fred Meyer's across the street.
Yeah.
Get myself an energy drink.
Absolutely.
Go back up to the hotel. Wake Caitlin up.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, it's time to pack. 3 a.m. And then
God.
get an Uber. Go to the airport.
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
None of that happened.
Did you fall asleep in the
fell asleep.
bathroom?
Yeah.
No, I fell asleep on the bed.
Oh no.
Okay.
And then
Still
I
bad.
woke up to Caitlin shaking me like, hey, like it's 5 o'clock. I was like, so
What time was the flight?
I think like 7, 8 o'clock.
No,
So with no words, I communicated with with eye contact. We were just like packing our stuff.
Like we gotta go
and
now.
like Uber, and then like we get to the airport. Guess what?
What?
Flight's delayed.
Oh, hey, not bad. Not bad.
Let's
though.
go. Man, I got
Nice.
stressed.
Yeah.
How long was it delayed for?
Airports.
30 minutes.
Oh, so
Just
not even bad.
exactly what you needed.
Oh my god,
Just
bit of-
enough time.
that's
wiggle room.
crazy.
So did you get to the gate and they're like,
Yeah,
okay,
no, we're at
everyone's-
TSA. I was just like, I was just stressing.
You're like, and when you get stressed, you get real quiet, or you're real quiet.
I'm real
stressed?
quiet when
Yeah,
I'm
you're a
stressed.
quiet stressor for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
As
I'm
we
just
all
like-
just
internal.
And then
That's
finally we get to the
internal.
gate. I was like, and then she's like, I appreciate you not panicking. I was like, thanks.
You're like, inside,
You're
definitely
right. That's
panicking.
exactly what that was. That
This
was
has
me
been a
not panicking.
concerted
Because
effort.
if I were panicking, she would have panicked. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
for you.
I don't think you're that type of panicker either.
No, I don't.
So I think that's.
I get focused when I'm
You're
panicking.
probably like, I am panicking. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I get hyper focused when I'm panicking.
Well, welcome to
That's
the
a-
podcast.
oh, yeah, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the
Podcast. We're
pod.
starting.
Hector, it's Camrynne, Logan. Then we have a guest today.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yes.
bum.
DLC.
You want to announce yourself?
Oh yeah, yeah.
yes.
I'm Janelle.
What's up,
Janelle.
Janelle?
Really
What's up,
excited.
Janelle?
Really excited to
Welcome.
be here. Really
Welcome.
grateful.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Can't wait to chat.
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's all
It's
we
gonna
do
be a
is
good chat.
It's a good chat.
Should we talk a little bit about Janelle? Let the audience get to know
Yeah.
her? What's the plan?
Man.
Logan.
Well,
What's the plan, Logan?
well, I've known Janelle for years. I can speak from my personal experience. I look up to Janelle as a creative in a lot of different ways, both as a visual artist and as a writer. I originally went to school to be a writer. I turned it out doing whatever this is. But no, just your capacity to create and to create often and to create really meaningful, like heartfelt work in everything you do is unbelievable. And if anyone's listening or watching this right now, you have to pause and check out anything Janelle's ever done, and you're probably going to walk away. Like,
yeah, at
grounded
Janelle
in some
Cordero,
way.
at Janelle underscore
Janelle_V
V__ Cordero.
Yeah.
Check it out.
What is the V? Is this too much?
The V is my
What's the last four of your
middle
social?
name. Do you guys want to guess?
Victoria.
Yes.
Victoria.
I was
That was
like,
my
not
guess.
quite Victoire.
Victoire.
But yes, Victoria. Yeah, good guess.
Yeah.
Wow, you got. I mean, I guess there's not like.
Yeah,
a
what
ton of
other
options.
Vs?
True. Violet.
Violet,
Veronica.
Vicky.
Veronica, Vic.
Yeah, Vicky.
But that Vicky's just Victoria.
Yeah.
But I don't know what anyone named Victoria.
Veruca Salt.
Nice.
Yeah, you could be
Violin. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of.
Janelle Violin Cordero.
That'd be
Absolutely.
baller.
The writer, yeah.
That'd be really baller.
Well, wait. Can I ask you a question? What would you identify yourself as, artistically speaking? Like someone's like, "Hey, what are you?
What are you? What are you doing?
What are you doing?"
I
Multifaceted.
think.
What
I
are
feel
you?
like artist covers it all, kind
Okay.
of. You know,
Love
because
that.
it's like literary and visual artist.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
Literary and visual artist.
So, have those both been like a constant thing for you, or did you like so Hector, for example, he started off breakdancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flopping on the
became
floor.
A photographer much later. What was your experience with the mediums? How did they evolve into what they are today for you?
That's a good question. I'd say when I was little, I was doing both all the time. Like I was always drawing and I was always writing. But then I went to school for writing. I went to Whitworth and then Pacific and studied creative writing. And I didn't really start painting or doing anything like that until in my 20s, just as another outlet. So I've never studied painting or artwork or anything like that. So yeah, I came to painting later. Kind of like you came to photography later.
Picking up one tool right after the other.
Cool, that's right. In the little creative toolbox.
How did that, like, as a later expression, like, how did you come? What am I trying to ask? Like, how did you find it? What was like the moment where you're like, this is part of me. I'm so excited to share this with the world. Like, how did that?
Man, I don't know if I was excited to share it because I was like a shit artist initially. Because it's hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah, so I was bad. Like, and I remember like I was done with college and I just started experimenting, I think. So I'm like, I just, went to Spokane Art Supply and I'm like, fuck, I'll get some watercolors, like see what happens.
Yeah.
And I was awful. Like I was so bad, but I think it's actually really good for artists to try different mediums to say, oh, like I can grow in this area. And if I'm stagnant with writing, I still have this other area that I can put love and work into. But I was so bad.
Say it. Say it.
It's good that you like push through it instead of quitting. Like, you're like, oh, this is crap. I'm moving on.
Right.
Well, we were all awful in the beginning with all of our mediums, right?
No, I might
I'm sure
still
you
be
you were
awful.
probably not even
Yeah, no,
funny.
I'm like, I think I might
You
still
were
be
probably
awful.
born. You were probably born funny, but
We were just talking about that.
Every funny bone in my body.
were you the class clown?
I was not. I was really shy. I was an observer.
Oh,
observer.
yeah. I vibe with
I was an
that.
observer.
You're a usurper.
So usurper.
But you probably noticed all of the hilarious things
you know
in the
what?
world. And
I think so. Maybe. I think so.
did you go home and tell your parents, like, I saw the funniest shit today?
I think
You won't believe.
I
Like
wish
Mom.
I wish it was more
Oh.
like that. I wish it was more like that. I think it was like it was more like rage. Rage like
Rage comedy?
rage discussing what had happened. I remember like I would go, my mom tells a story about me going to lunch mom with I would go into my, did you guys ever, like lunch mom when your mom goes in and runs lunch? No?
You guys at lunch?
But like sits in the lunch room so like the teacher can have a
Lunch
break.
mom?
Lunch
No.
mom?
I had my,
Is this
I
a
had my
Catholic school
mom's
thing?
chaperone once.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at my Catholic school, like a parent would volunteer to come in at lunch and like read us stories, and that was lunch mom. And if you
That's adorable.
That's your new nickname, by the way.
or lunch dad.
I was going to say, even if it's dad, they're still
Yeah, lunch dad. My dad came in second grade. My dad was lunch dad. He was really,
That's
Are these
cute.
like
but
attendant?
I
Like,
was, yeah.
So they just make sure kids don't like hit each other.
Yeah, and they like read a story or they like bring
Do
in
they
like
serve you lunch?
No, they just like everyone just
lunch
sits,
at all?
Everyone, no,
There's
well,
no
everyone,
lunch.
everyone brings their lunch.
They bring-
Everyone
cute.
brings their own lunch.
The most
So it's a little
ironic
sack
thing.
lunch.
Okay, so anyways, me and my little Barney lunchbox would
Okay.
go with my mom to my brother's classroom, and I would sit and I wouldn't talk to anybody. I would everyone would want to talk to me. I didn't
you're like-
speak to anyone.
Yeah, because they're like, she's hilarious.
Full blown would not talk. And then I would get in the car and I guess I would not shut up. And I'd be like, and this person did this and this person did that. And I still remember one day when I was sitting with our family friend Maeve Broadbent. And someone
What a
made fun of
name.
her.
I know, right?
Someone made fun of her like hard-boiled egg, and I just remember being so pissed at that person. And I think it just gave him a dirty little glare.
Yeah.
And then I got in the car and I was like, they made fun of Maeve's hard-boiled egg. And I was like, that's always. It's almost a sickness, really. Now that I think about it.
How? You were sticking up for
You're
the
passionate.
underdog.
Yeah.
You're like, don't you
But
dare.
it's not, the internal monologue is usually angry. And then I in order to not self-destruct, I guess I turn it into
In
comedy.
comedy, yeah.
That's a good
So
outlet.
That's how you cope.
Do you think that's still a motivator for your comedy now?
I think so. Probably, yeah.
Whoa,
I know.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
You've come on this podcast and vented, and then
Oh
turned
yeah,
it into
I
jokes.
Yeah,
vented.
you
I
have-
vented.
And
You
turn
know
into
what?
jokes.
It's starting to make sense.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I think if
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you turn to art for your rage, then that's
Yeah.
probably the most
Yeah.
healthy rage that anybody.
Yeah,
experiences.
there are
Thank
much
you
more
so much.
destructive things you could do with
That's
rage.
true.
Absolutely.
Honestly,
Say, I'm
that's
gonna
true.
make people laugh with this.
Well, yes, yeah. I hope so.
And what
I hope
better
it's not
way-
detrimental to relationships. I don't know.
What better way to
Not at
shame a
all.
monster that makes fun of somebody about a hard-boiled egg?
I've been working really hard in therapy to like not put myself in situations where like I become a problem or I am like raging at something that's a problem. We're working really hard on like.
At least you don't punch
I'm
holes in
like,
walls.
I'm like, does that work for me? Does this not work for me? Like, that's a question I ask myself a lot.
How do you prevent being a problem? I feel like we're all destined to be problems to
Great
somebody.
question.
Whoa.
Great question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That
Great
sounds really
point.
hard.
Thank you. And great point. And can we stop talking about my
Yeah.
rage problem?
And then,
Like, let's get out of here.
This does not make me look good at all.
Yeah, it does. Because again, that rage
It's
can
relatable.
go somewhere
Okay,
else. Like
yeah,
you
I
could be
think-
out like beating cars with a baseball bat or something.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah,
this
you
is
could be a
way
hoodlum.
better.
I could be
Yeah.
I could be a
You could be
little
an Irish gangster.
rapscallion. I really could.
Instead, you're just making people laugh.
Peaky Blinders.
Exactly. Like Peaky Blinders. Speaking, your pants are very Peaky Blinders, by the way.
Does it?
Yeah.
I need the
It's
hat.
giving it. Yeah.
Were
yeah,
they
yeah.
stretchy? Are they stretchy?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Super stretch.
you want to like? I don't
Huge
you
fan
wanna
of
say
that.
Twirl for that?
Ooh, let's check them out.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
let's
for
hear it
audio
for the
listeners.
pants.
What is this? This is like brown.
Is that a
with-
pocket
Uh-huh.
knife back there?
Yeah, it
you
is.
never know when you need.
Your fly's undone.
This is full.
Just before this gets dicey.
You were about to be the coolest person in the world with that.
Set
with
me
that
down
knife.
like 10
with a
points.
knife.
Excuse me.
Well,
Put a
okay,
black
but before
box
that,
over
I
that
still
or
think,
something.
I think the Creatives Anonymous listeners should petition for Zeroni to do Outfit of the Day vlogs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
OOTDs.
Yeah,
I'm game
Hey.
for that
Yeah.
petition.
I'm
These-
here for it.
I found these pants at Global.
I'm pretty much.
Global neighborhood.
And I got this at Global. And I got this at Global.
It's like show and tell. It's like show and tell elementary
Global.
school.
Yeah.
I feel like we talk about them every episode.
Were you at Global today? You
I was
posted.
too,
You were
yeah.
posting pictures of Smudge.
Dude, I'm there like once a week at least. Yeah.
You gotta have a favorite.
Dude.
Yeah.
The South Hill
John Rios.
Goodwill is my
It's a
South Hill
good. It's a
Goodwill?
good spot. South Hill Goodwill's a good
Oh,
spot.
yeah.
A lot
all
of
the
Target.
rich people.
A lot
Yeah.
of Target
the rich-
leftovers.
The rich people donate their stuff. I got like Banana Republic dresses with tags on.
That's
No way.
crazy.
For
Fair.
real.
My trick is
Fantastic for
always
work.
to go to the Arc, which is right by Gonzaga.
Have you been to the one that's on the north side
But
now?
I go there in January when
On
they've
the-
come back from their student breaks.
Yeah.
So all the rich kids who just got new rich shit will
But-
go to Arc and get rid of it.
But I bet also
The North one?
The north one too, but I bet also this is probably a good time too because they just left all their dorm rooms.
Oh, yeah. They
Oh.
graduate on Mother's Day. They all leave. They got to get rid of
You
shit.
gotta check it out. But yeah, there's a new arc on the north
North
side, like
side,
way
yeah.
up north, like kind of by Costco.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I miss when it was
found
on
an
Ruby, though.
$80 chair there.
Let's go.
Whoa.
Yeah, like a leather chair.
Oh.
Crazy.
Wait, okay, because you
Reclining.
were talking about a little bit before we started recording.
Yeah.
You're a thrifter. Like you love to go doing that.
Love a
go do
deal.
that. Yeah,
We're all
love a
thrifters.
deal. You love a good deal.
I think that's an artist thing too. Like
Yeah.
we just like
We're
we like
frugal.
to-
I feel like
very frugal.
But I also
Except
feel
if you're a photographer.
like a little bit like this is my take on thrifting is that it feels like treasure hunting.
Exactly.
Like I feel
Yeah.
like thrifting is the modern day piracy, you know?
and
Yeah.
it doesn't count
Piracy's a
as
little different.
spending money.
Okay.
Piracy's taking
Maybe did I when I
that's cool
I heard
too.
it when I said it. I heard it when I said it. I was trying to make pirating. Pirating.
Which
It's
is
the modern day
still
pirating. Is it?
Same.
There's
Okay.
still pirates to this day.
Listen,
Yeah.
when I go into a thrift store, in my head, I have a hook for a hand and a cool hat on and a
You mean a
little bit of a
safari?
swashbuckling swagger.
What about being on safari?
Aren't they? They're
It's
the
not
ones
the
who kill
same
the
because you can't
animals.
take things with you,
I
right?
thought those were poachers.
You have to pay.
Yeah, but you can't like take the animal with you. You know, you can take a picture of it,
No,
right?
Safari, they're taking
But when
the
you're a
animals.
pirate, you
They're taking the koalas
you
with them.
scrounge, you loot, you find, and then you take, and in our case, buy.
Right.
You know, for a very good deal.
You get the really, and that's where
Yeah.
it feels good.
Yeah,
You're like,
you know, that's how I feel.
Looting.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let this. Yes, you're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. This
It's
is looting.
Piracy.
Piracy. You're right.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
you're.
great.
I feel like you're. It's a one up on society because you're like I
Yeah.
didn't go to Target.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like
Full cash.
yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, like it's the
where'd you get
unorthodox.
this? You could never get the same same one as me because I thrifted it.
Exactly.
I thrifted it is the new. It has pockets.
Yes. I can.
And
And
it has
anytime anyone's like, I love that dress, and I'm like, thanks, Goodwill. Like,
Yeah.
I cannot
Yeah.
stop myself. If I
Yeah.
tried, I couldn't.
Thanks, Goodwill. Exactly.
Goodwill. Got it from Goodwill.
Exactly.
And they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah,
Absolutely.
really.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an artist thing.
It is.
Wow.
We
Here
should
we
go
are.
right now.
Honestly,
I don't know why we're still. at
That's
this
a
table.
great question. That's a great
Get out of
point.
here.
I have a dream to do more episodes like this, but remotely. And
Yeah.
do them in fun places, like
Like a thrift store.
thrift store. Like going to a
Setting
thrift
this
store.
up in the global neighborhood furniture section would be
That'd be sick.
legit.
Dangerous,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but amazing.
It'd be amazing.
All
do
in time. All in time.
Global
a great
really should
idea.
be a sponsor. We talk about them a lot.
Hey, dude, if we go there every week, I might as
Yeah.
well.
I know.
You might as well plug him in every week.
Especially if you're doing outfits of the day.
Speaking of plugs,
Oh, you got a book.
I brought a
She
book.
brought a book.
brought a
Just in
book.
case, 'cause I knew there was a visual.
we gotta
element.
talk
Yeah.
about this. Yeah.
It's a
Which,
book.
by the way,
It's a book.
sold out at Auntie's.
Yeah.
Just say it like it's bad. That's
Congratulations.
good.
It's good, but
So
I
sick.
gotta.
You gotta get
I
more.
need to
in
talk
it.
to the press and say, hey, yo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't
More.
find one, but I was like, at first I was
yeah.
upset, and then I was like, wait a sec.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, Janelle's selling out everywhere. This is a good problem.
Thank you. Yeah.
So,
I'll
yes.
get more in for
Yeah.
sure.
I tried to pick up a copy too. I was like, they're sold out.
It's pretty
So
cool.
so this is really cool. This is your latest release.
Yes.
Tell us about it. Talk
And-
louder.
Well, we were talking about it beforehand, and we can't. Like I can't really decide if it's poetry anymore, just
Right.
because it's like
Yeah.
it is very prosy and it's mostly it's very storytelling, but it's a lot about like childhood nostalgia and things like that. Which sometimes I feel like if you didn't grow up in the same small town as I did, I don't know if it's meaningful to anybody. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that people still connect with it.
What's one of your favorite stories that you tell in the story in this work?
I think my favorite poem is the one about my dad because he has this catchphrase. I don't know if your dads say this, but he says, "Damn it all to hell." Constantly. Does your dad say that?
Well, I mean, he is a variation of it.
Yeah, and he says it all the time. Like,
Damn it all to hell.
Damn it all to hell. And
Damn
it's
it all
like,
to hell.
He
Yeah.
says it in Filipino though.
Oh, that's
Wait,
what
can
it
you do it?
sounds
Can you do it
like.
for
Yeah,
us?
what is that?
Can you do it for us?
Oh god, no.
No,
I think I should.
Is it way worse?
It's pretty bad. Well, it's bad in my language.
Okay, got it.
Oh, okay. But he's
tell
got
you.
his
Don't look
version.
that up later.
I'll
Don't
tell
look
you
it
in
up.
private later. Anyway, continue.
Dad, dad's got the catchphrases. Does your dad have a catchphrase?
No, but my mom does.
What is it?
Jesus, Mary, and all the blessed saints of our Lord. Or Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
That's a good one.
Jesus,
That's a
Mary,
good
and
one.
Joseph.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Very Catholic.
My dad's been into calling everyone gang.
Gang?
Like when you go to a restaurant, and he's like, "Well,
What's up,
gang,
gang?
we better get going."
Scooby
That's
gang.
adorable.
That's his phrase. Like, I love it. I love it.
That's really cute. And that's not even, there's no, like,
There's no negative
there's
connotation.
no,
there.
so he doesn't have like a, when something goes awry, he doesn't.
Well, he's quiet. He just won't say it.
So internally, he's
Yeah, I bet
probably-
you he has his own thing that he's saying, but no, it's gang is his thing he's on lately.
Does your mom
Great.
have anything? Does your mom say anything? Any
My
catchphrases?
mom doesn't
Me?
curse, so it's just like
Okay.
the weirdest shit. She'll say like
Okay.
snickerdoodle. Okay, not my reaction if I got a flat tire, but that's fine.
I would. You know what? I am in the mood for a nice cinnamony
Right?
cookie.
You're like, that does make it
Cinnamon,
kind of better.
cinnamon- actually, yeah, mom, that sounds great.
Yeah, load it up. Yeah, strange.
My dad did say if he wanted me to find something for him and I couldn't find it, he always goes.
Oh.
He always goes, if that was a snake, that would have bit you already.
Okay, yeah. I actually do remember something my dad says. I don't know if I said it in the last episode. He calls us an idiot. Such an idiot. Yeah. It's like Irish for idiot. It's like Egypt. You know, Egypt. You're such an Egypt. Like
Egypt.
you know, it's like okay. So like when I I opened up a cereal box with it was a struggle, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
No, I've been
so
there.
it
Can be.
looked,
Yeah.
so it looked a little crazy. My dad just like pulls it out, looks at it, looks at me. I was like, it was very hard. He was like, yeah, eat it. You know, just like something like that. You know, yeah. Just like it's very, yeah. you know?
Totally.
Or you do something really just
endearing.
Yeah, it's endearing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just.
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
How is exploring reading like it feels like nostalgia as like a topic, and maybe even just like this level of nostalgia. I don't know. I'm remembering some of your old poems. I feel like you go into that lane sometimes, and then also like you also I feel like are really good at writing a very present poem.
Thank
like
you.
A very like this is where I'm at now. This is what I'm doing, and like drawing on a present experience and comparing that to a bunch of things you've read. I don't know. So
Thank you.
How has exploring nostalgia been in this realm? How like that's very feely and.
I don't think I could stop exploring nostalgia if I tried. Like first, like my brain just goes back to childhood so easily, and it connects with that time of my life so easily that if I wanted to, I couldn't stop. Because I'm still, and I think we all do that as adults. We wonder, okay, how did my upbringing in my childhood shape who I am now and my values and what's important to me? So I feel like there's a lot of that exploration. But I do try to include a lot of present poems too, because I'm like, not everyone's going to connect with my childhood and my upbringing. Like I want people to find something to connect with everywhere. So yeah, but there's a lot of time traveling.
Yeah.
It feels like, yeah.
What era was your childhood?
90s.
Let's go.
It was
Let's
90s
go.
baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
The best one.
Okay, y'all gotta read it
We're
now.
talking like Nintendo 64.
Hey,
Oh my God.
Hey, you were just talking about
Right
Nintendo.
before you showed up.
Really?
That's all we were talking about.
There's a poem about Nintendo 64 in there.
Super Mario 64?
No.
No,
I would
okay,
do
it's okay.
like Diddy Kong racing.
Oh, yes.
And like James Bond 007.
Yes.
Oh.
That sort of thing.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
We also had a weird
sick.
WWF.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you have
Absolutely.
that?
Yeah,
I think I
yeah.
had that one.
Very
And
strange.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Oh my
like we
gosh.
never played it, but we had
Did you
it.
guys have Pokemon Snap?
Oh,
Yeah, it's the
yeah.
best.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Nintendo 64 was amazing. And then Xbox, you know,
That-
later.
oh.
But
Okay.
Nintendo 64 was so much better.
Nintendo 64 is one of the all-time best gaming systems.
It is.
Done.
We still have one up in Colville.
Yeah, I got
Sick.
mine in the other room.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I don't have one.
we got rid of ours. I mean, like ours was like fried. Like you had to blow in the back of it like so many times. Like work.
Yeah.
But I have the Switch now.
Oh.
And so you can like download a whole bunch of games. And
Yeah,
I've been
it's true.
playing.
They have Nintendo 64 on the
so
Switch.
cool.
I've been playing
Emulate.
Super Mario 64 all weekend.
Oh yeah.
I have 80 stars, not to brag.
Out of 120. That's a lot.
That is
That's
well,
crazy.
yeah, you're right.
We're coming up. We're coming up. There's no more never-ending staircase. The people who get it will get it.
90s
Anyways.
It's not the
babies.
new one?
Pardon? Well, because it stops at 70. So, but I'm like really focused on like I want to get the levels in order. I get all 6 stars and then the bonus star. I know.
I know you were talking about it earlier.
You were cooking.
I really like. I was
This is
I'm
crazy.
cooking, you guys. Like I hit a
You're
state
just
of
like, I'm
when you talk
in a
about
flow.
like when you talk about like
flow
creative
state.
flow. I was in a state of flow. I didn't look at my phone. I was like my cat was curled up next to me. I was like truly in heaven.
She's
this weekend.
gaming.
I was
Yeah.
gaming.
Totally.
It was
That's so
fantastic.
cool.
Yeah.
And it's very nostalgic.
It's
Yeah.
very
Stop.
nostalgic.
This is
very
beautiful.
nostalgic.
Yeah, you forgot all about these
I
contraptions.
did.
You're like, that isn't
I
important right
did.
now.
Yeah. And, I used to always watch my siblings do it because I was a little baby. So I never really had a chance. And so I remember everything, but I never did it because I always watched. So I'm like,
What
okay.
a ripoff.
Well,
Wait, how many? Do you have a bunch of siblings?
I
And
have
you just-
an older sister and older brother.
And there's more controllers.
Well,
You can have 4.
that's true. That's true. I just like, okay, we also had
You
to
were
like,
quiet as a kid.
I was
That's what
quiet,
you said.
and I was like so like I watched my brother. I have to say like, I think one of the first moments I was like in awe of my brother was watching him play these games, and he's home right now, and he picked it up and like did one whole like run flawlessly. It's like it never left him, and I was just like, that's. I was like,
This
he's the
weekend
most.
he did that?
I was like, this is the most
like,
magical thing I've ever seen. I was like, my
respect.
brother is the coolest guy in the entire universe.
That's so good.
I'm like, this guy. I'm related to this guy. You know.
that's really cool.
I know. I'm like, I can't. I love him. And he's so good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd beat the crap out of you guys in Super Smash Bros.
Ooh,
Maybe.
You should
no.
have a tournament.
Maybe. Maybe.
And then you're like,
I don't know about that.
Not shy anymore. He's the best.
you should have
No.
a tournament.
Well, I actually I have something that's published that so
Ooh.
Janelle, you're really good at reading poetry.
Thank you.
You're really, really good at reciting it.
I concur.
So I have this. This is
Ooh.
Recipes kids love from my second grade classroom.
Let's go.
And what I need you to do, Janelle, is I need you to read the recipe.
Wait, so you were in second grade and you wrote this? Or what?
Yeah.
There's pictures too.
Yeah, I drew a picture.
That's awesome.
And so it's right here.
It's a poem?
And you can, it can be read as a
Look
poem.
at, is that
Banana
that's
bread at work, bro?
Yeah, that's banana bread.
Look at
So
that.
I just need you to read everything on that right page
Okay.
as if, like, well, it is a poem.
Right. Clearly. Okay. Logan M's favorite recipe, banana bread. From the kitchen of Janet McDonald. Ingredients. A banana. Just one. Bread.
This is really serious.
Oven.
Got all the parts? Yep.
First.
Well, actually,
Okay.
go ahead. Yeah, never mind.
Continue.
Continue.
Put the banana in the bread.
Just don't even feel
Then
it.
put it in the oven for 35 minutes. Cook it and enjoy.
Yo.
Put the banana
Sorry.
in the bread. I like the oven was an ingredient too. That was brilliant.
I'm gonna try that
You
tonight.
have always been a genius. First
I'm gonna
of
try
all.
that tonight. First
And look
thing.
at that picture.
Put the banana in the bread.
Just jam it in there.
Solid picture.
It's that easy.
Shove
I
it
like
over
the
there.
very specific 35 minutes is what got me.
Cook it and enjoy.
actually, it's put it in the oven. I
Oh,
didn't spell.
perfect.
Oh, in the over. Yeah, in the o.
Wait, I'm sorry. And then what's this here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is my mom's recipe.
the actual recipe.
So
That's
that was the
legit.
gimmick. That was the gimmick.
That's so cute.
Oh, that's yeah.
So it was like the kid had to be
Well,
like, this
you
is how
know, now
banana
our
bread is
listeners
made.
are at a crossroads. Do they, purchase and vie to purchase this recipe, or do they, purchase your book? It's really, it's
the
tough.
book.
It's
But
tough.
you can
I
also-
don't know.
you can
Would you say that this is a contender?
I think so.
It's a
Put the
contender.
banana in the bread.
I
Put the
think
banana in the bread.
You purchase those ingredients and try it at home.
Put it in the oven.
The oven.
Purchase the
That could be
oven.
it. I want to put that on a T-shirt actually.
Put the banana in the
Like a
bread.
picture of a banana
in the bread.
in the
Put the
plus-
banana in the bread.
bread.
Right?
You
And
just
that's how you
take
do it.
That picture and everything that is there.
Oh.
Just that page and put that on a shirt.
That would be
I like
amazing.
it back. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be solid.
Let's do it. New hand
I'm
signs.
You guys
so
have
down.
merch? Yeah.
New hand signs
We don't
merch.
have merch
Yeah,
not yet.
I can make some shirts.
Ooh, let's
I
do
can
it.
make that happen.
Little banana
Yeah.
bread shirts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Let's
obsessed.
go.
Do you show that to your mom sometimes? You're like, Mom, remember when I fixed your banana bread recipe because it was crap?
Oh man.
I improved it, made
Yeah.
it simple,
It is
Yeah.
great.
easy to
should,
understand for everyone.
Anybody could follow those directions.
Absolutely.
We should do a Creatives Anonymous episode, like a mini episode
Yeah.
where we do that.
Oh,
episode.
Put the
absolutely.
Hey,
banana
guys.
in the bread.
Yeah.
Logan.
And who knows what could happen? 35 minutes seems like a lot if the bread is already done.
That's true.
But like, who knows? It
then
could be
when the fire
good.
department comes, that'll be exciting.
They'll
You
have
get
a
to
snack.
interview them.
Yeah,
They'll have a
be
snack.
Like, here's.
Y'all want some banana
what is
bread?
this?
Yeah, absolutely.
It could be really fun though. How would you put the? You have to cut out.
Okay, this is a good question. How would
'Cause the
each one of
banana-
us
you're
put the
thinking-
banana in the
You
bread?
also didn't say to peel the banana.
You're
See,
thinking about
think
it
about
too
that.
hard.
Well, I feel like all of us have a different visual in our head.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay, I'm imagining like a loaf of bread that you make sandwiches with, right?
Sliced.
A little sliced. Yeah. And then, and then you, or actually, no, in this case, not sliced. In
Where
the
do you
vision
get
in my
one
head,
of those?
in my vision in my head, they exist.
Okay.
What I pictured in my head, they
Like a
exist.
bake-
A
a
not
baker.
sliced
But it's
loaf of bread
baked.
baked already, fully
You
baked.
bought some Wonder Bread from the store.
Absolutely, that's
But
not
not
sliced.
sliced.
Thank you so much. Janelle we're on the same wavelength here. And then you take the banana like this, and then
Peeled?
you like spear it right in the middle.
Peeled.
Oh.
No, not peeled.
Okay.
No peeling.
Because that's how you could. That's the only.
That's
way
how you
could
spear it.
Yeah.
That is the image that I had in my head.
Okay.
Who's next? Who wants to share next?
I basically the same, but mine sideways.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I'm in the
okay.
same boat. I'm in
I
the
was
same
sideways,
boat.
but
Yeah.
I wanted to like cut out a tunnel,
Now here
that's good.
was
and I
the
want to
bread
peel the
sliced?
banana because I can imagine.
Was the what?
Okay.
It doesn't really
Wow,
matter. If
that
it's
felt a
sliced
little
or
bit
not.
like a dig. That felt a little bit like a dig.
Well,
Janelle.
think about how it'll taste with the peel
That's
on
I
it.
said,
it.
remember when I
Yeah.
said we're on the same wavelength?
Think
Take
about
it,
that.
cook
Think
it.
about the peel.
Cook
That's
it.
true.
What?
You know, see, you took it a step
cook it.
further. I literally went banana bread.
Wait, can
In
you
over.
can you eat the peel?
I think it would taste
Probably.
horrible. I do think it would
Really?
taste
Very,
bad.
That's what I'm saying. And
textured,
but
too
if you
chewy.
like,
Yeah.
if you put it in and baked it, it could be like kind of gooey and
mushy.
awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It could like it
Mushy?
could actually be cool if it doesn't catch on fire.
It's
Hey, that's
Oh,
a-
how
that's
does
a thought.
anything make it in the oven without catching on fire?
Good question.
a really quick question though. You guys all said like basically the same. So was your bread sliced?
I put multiple bananas in mine.
Really?
It only says
It says
it only
banana.
says
Oh, okay.
a banana.
Over my head outside.
So you're getting creative.
You got
over
like
there.
a porcupine.
That would probably be
Melody.
pretty good though.
Yeah.
But
Maybe.
was your bread sliced?
Mine was not. Yeah.
Mine was because I didn't know you could get it any other way.
Who needs to
And-
imagine now?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm
See,
sorry.
me, I'm approaching this way too rationally. But and you can probably buy like, it's like a
I guess you
classier version
can.
of bread.
Yeah,
I
I guess
bet.
you can.
Or
At,
just
like
keep,
a bakery,
the
right?
sourdough
Yeah.
like loaf. Like
Whoa,
See, now wouldn't a sourdough would be too
that'd
crusty?
be weird.
That. It would.
You
be.
wouldn't be able to stab the banana in
Well,
it
after
because it would hurt.
Well, that's where the tunnel comes.
that's
in.
what the tunnel comes in.
the tunnel.
And after 35
But
minutes, you can
sourdough?
just get that.
It's
that outer
almost
layer will
like
just peel off.
Yeah, just like a snake.
It'll
have
burst
we
off.
lost everyone? Have we lost
They're
everyone?
like, why?
I also imagine like cutting it in the middle and then like hot dog style,
Oh, that's smart though.
Ooh, like a sandwich.
But I feel like you gotta.
like banana glizzy.
Like a baguette.
a blizzy. There you go.
Ooh, now we're on to something.
Okay.
This could work.
We need to get to the topic. We've been.
Oh, I guess we do.
This
We do
is the
because
topic.
Yeah.
well, this is very important because I think our guest is an expert at this topic.
Yeah.
Banana bread.
Absolutely, the most imaginative banana bread of all of us here.
I think
We're
I
definitely
think
making
yours
that into a
won.
t-shirt.
I know.
The porcupine banana
One
bread.
off just for you, Hector. You can have your
It's
own.
true. That it's a
shirt.
good visual.
Okay.
That's
It's a
very
good
good.
visual. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hector
even though
wins.
you didn't follow the recipe technically. But
Rules are meant to be broken.
Creatively.
Gosh, yes, yeah, that's the reality. Well, we're talking today about, and this is an esoteric idea. It's continually creating, but I'm really interested in talking about this like practice, or maybe the practice of creating and making this like artistic exercise of creating things part of your lifestyle and part of your routine, and how to break into that and why to even do that at all. So I think I just want to start by, and I can ask this to Janelle, I can ask this to anybody. It's like,
Janelle.
Ask
Janelle.
yeah, actually, Janelle, you're on the spot. So you write and you also work in visual media. How often do you make something?
I try to make something every day.
Ooh, create daily.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I try to make something every day, and that's because I think as an artist, it's one of the most important parts of my identity. And so when I write, oh golly, when I write when I write something every day or I paint something, I feel like okay, I've accomplished the most important thing that I'm here to do, and everything else can. Like it's just priorities. Like I can put a lot of things on the back burner, but I never want to put that part of my identity on the back burner. Like I don't want it to get lost.
That's how do you
Love
How do
that.
you manage that? How when you yeah.
I think the writing is easier, honestly, because I usually do it right in the morning, and I just wake up a little bit earlier than I would normally. And I don't write for very long. I'm like, if I can get in 30 minutes, I'm happy. And it doesn't always have to lead to a poem. It can just be, I got something down on the page, and that's what's important. And then painting is usually like a chill exercise in the afternoon. Like when, I'm done with work and I just need to relax before I go to the gym or whatever, and then I'll paint. Painting, I honestly don't prioritize it as much as writing. Which I think that's got to be, like if you're working in different mediums, you kind of have to, you have to prioritize one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, it takes. I love what I loved about what you said just there is that it's like you use the word identity. Like it's so much a part of your identity. Is that helpful in maintaining the everydayness of it?
Yes, because if I don't create one day, or if I get into a slump where a few days go by and I'm like, I haven't written anything, I feel like I'm I feel like I'm letting myself down and like betraying myself. I'm like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I'm giving my attention to other things that aren't as important to me. And so I have to reevaluate my values.
Yeah.
And say like, I'm not being.
Gosh, this is true. This is beautiful.
I feel that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like at least in my experience, like it goes. It's like not even so much as like I'm trying to like keep a streak up, but it's like I actually just feel like a fraud.
Yes.
And horrible about myself. If I haven't like written things recently,
and
if I'm not in that, like I'm doing that fundamentally to stay sane as a person.
Exactly.
And so the process of doing it and realizing that about myself, it's like, oh, I want to do it daily.
Yeah.
It's not even like a.
It's not a chore.
Yeah.
You're like, it's part of who I am.
Yeah.
That's
that was
awesome.
me today. I was leaving the house and I was like, wait, I don't have a camera on me.
There you go.
No
There you
way.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it gotta have it on me at all times.
Wow.
Because you never know. Okay.
You know, I think that like just in hearing that, like I think one thing it's a focus on my life. Like right now, I'm trying to prioritize health. So I'm like, one way that you do that is like you have to dive fully into it. Like you have to like learn how to cook. You have to like learn, and you have to like say things like, I am the type of person who likes to cook. You have to say those things to yourself.
Yes.
Like, I am the type of person who likes to work out. Like that's like, even if it's not true, you have to like say like, this is who I am. Like you have to like really get it into your identity.
Rewire.
Yeah. And I don't know if I've done that as much in my art. I know that you guys maybe feel like you have. I feel like the way that you just said it there is kind of, I feel like I've had an epiphany.
Oh.
Yeah, that like this, I think maybe that's something I've not always, but most recently been struggling. Like, this is who I am. I am a comedian.
Well, and
is.
your route, like something that I know you've mentioned before, is that comedy isn't what you were into all this for, and something that's more like fleshed out in the last couple of years.
That's true.
Like
That is true.
You originally saw yourself as, or you still see yourself as an actor.
Yeah,
or actor.
that's true. Yeah.
So it makes sense that this like medium would be a little more fresh to identify with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you've hesitated to say like, I am a comedian?
I think recently, no, but like when I first moved back to Spokane, I'd say yes. I was like, well, I guess I'm just putzing around up here.
But now you're like,
You know,
no, I'm owning
I am a comedian, and like mainly as like a my big thing of saying it hasn't infiltrated my practice, which is what I want it to do, but it has infiltrated like that self-doubt, like, oh, if I don't get this, does that mean I'm not a comedian? No.
Right.
I am a comedian. So it's helped with that, but I haven't let it seep into my like practice of my art, which is, I just love the way you said that. Like, it is so important to my identity that if I don't do this, that was awesome.
That's really cool.
Oh.
I'm glad that
Yeah.
I'm glad that it helps. And how
Yeah.
are you going to employ that
It's a
on
great
a day to day?
Well, that's the hard question.
Yeah.
This is why I'm so I think we're all so in awe of the daily, you know? I mean, we were just talking about the artist's way, but it sounds like you're doing it already. So all
Still
the stuff
good
the artist's way.
practice.
Yeah.
Still good. Yeah. It's still
Yeah.
the best work.
Yeah.
And I like the connection that you said the artist way has with spirituality, because I think like that's art is, it connects us with a deeper part of our little human spirit,
Yeah.
and that's really cool. Yeah. So remembering that.
On the days where I don't shoot photos, I consume art still to kind of keep me still in that flow state, mental state. Like I was telling last few episodes of the podcast, like I bought books that are picture books, just basically just like, oh, I didn't shoot anything today, but I'm still consuming art. It's still like, oh, this is a great photo, like keep that in mind,
Yeah.
just to
That's
get,
good.
just to ammunition for the next day,
Yeah,
well,
that's
absolutely.
Like gathering inspo.
I always think about like moments that pass that I'll see just like visually, and like that's a memory right there. It doesn't have to be a photo. Like I have that for myself. That's like.
Do you think that you take do you think that you think in pictures as well as being able to take them?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so cool.
Like in my daily daily adventures, I always just like, that would make a great photo.
Like you frame it in your mind.
Yeah, or if I don't take it, I hope someone else does.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so that's how I.
Well, okay, so how did you get to this? How did you get to self-identifying as a creative person, as an artist. Yeah, there we go.
I think self-identifying as a creative person happened really early. Was that your experience? Like you were probably creative kids, right?
I don't think it's late for me.
Really?
As identifying, as like saying, oh, I am this. But it was prevalent, but I don't think I was like proud to say it or anything like that.
Yeah. Which is sad. Because creativity is, it's so interconnected to our personalities and our intelligence and,
Well, Spokane, it was more important to be good at sports than to be good at arts.
Yes, sports.
So I was like, I'm a soccer player. Like
I played soccer.
Yeah. Who'd you play for?
Colville.
Oh,
okay.
School. Never mind.
Very prestigious.
Super prestigious. Okay.
Really
I played for River City for a while and then played JV soccer. So you're probably higher than me. But I identified highly as a soccer player.
It was a big part of who.
It was a big part of who I was.
And because it was society, society was like, it's really important to.
Absolutely. Sports were real. I feel like I don't know if you feel this way, Hector, growing up here, and I don't know because you were in Liberty Lake, right?
I had the tube in my head.
That's right. So couldn't play.
I never got any sports.
So you couldn't play sports.
Yeah.
So that was like taken off the table.
Yeah, it was like very, very. The only time I ever did anything sports wise was in 3rd grade. I was on a baseball team.
Ooh.
But I like because I have a tube in my head.
Right.
I feel like I had to wear like the hat that you wear while you're batting.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh.
So I'm in left outfield holding that with that big old hat on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Did you have fun?
No.
You're like, get me out of here.
No, I hated it.
Interesting sport for them to choose with like a small flying hard ball.
Yes.
That could
why
whack
didn't
you
you
in the
tell
front
me?
of the face.
Yes.
Interesting sport for them to choose.
Logan
Like
really likes that.
why not
Oh, man.
cross country.
Yeah,
or something.
right. That and I love running now. So I
Right?
still
So
love
sorry.
that. What do you like?
Oh, I just
Just the visual,
is
huh?
very
At young
funny.
me.
It's cute little.
And that reaction is why I did not do it for another season.
All the parents were probably like, look at how cute Logan is. He's so adorable.
This is wild. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry for laughing so hard at that.
So that I'm really, and then growing up way out in the woods, like those things really pushed me towards being alone, having nothing to do, which is a great, what do you call that? Precursor to being a creative person. Mm-hmm. Being really bored really young.
That's true.
And getting more connected to just your internal mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you identified early.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and my mom was especially really sweet about it. She would encourage me a lot, and and my 1st grade teacher, I'd write her like little weird books and stuff.
Oh my God.
And I couldn't imagine. I'm sure she
Amazing.
was like, okay, another book about bears, like dope, like and the aliens
Let's
are coming too. But they were really sweet, and they're like, you were so creative, and so they really instilled in me like that was a
This is your path.
and that it was a valuable path to pursue.
Oh, right, yeah.
Whereas there were other people that were like, you should maybe be a little more practical.
Yeah.
Like my dad, even out in college, he's like, you're getting a degree in poetry?
Yeah.
He's like, you should be a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
He's like, you're small, so like
Oh,
it makes
fit.
So you could fit.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
So I was like, and he was serious. He's like, you should be a fighter pilot. I'm like, I don't want to be a fighter pilot.
Wait, was he a fighter pilot?
No, he's like 6'4".
Oh, okay.
And maybe that's why, because he couldn't.
He had his dream.
He's
He
trying to.
couldn't
Yeah.
be a
Maybe
firefighter.
he wanted. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But yes,
You'd
so
be a very artful firefighter.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't imagine. I can't even. Yeah, I couldn't.
Saying fighter pilot's hard.
But what
Fire
if-
pilot.
fighter pilot.
Fighter pilot.
Fighter pilot.
You'd be an excellent, like maybe like one of those Blue Angels circle pilot.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to shoot anything from anywhere.
Yeah.
Has
way.
anybody ridden the ride in Silverwood? The new. There's a red one,
Is
and
it
it's
new?
it's a new.
Is it
It's
the plane
new.
roller coaster?
The plane one. The
Yeah.
plane one.
It's not. Is it a roller coaster?
It's a roller coaster. Supposedly.
plane, yeah.
Supposedly.
It's a
I can't speak
747.
today. I cannot speak today.
Yeah, they have a runway up there.
To like simulate what it's like to be in a fighter pilot.
Wow. Wait, did you go on it?
I did, and I have never felt so sick in my life. I was
Really?
like, I'm unwell.
Ew.
I'm unwell from this, and I
that's super nauseous.
famously do roller coasters really well. Yeah. And I was
Even-
I have to sit down. I was like, I had to put my head between my legs.
Even the Scarywood one?
I've never done Scarywood, but it's all the same rides, right?
It's
But
backwards.
it's scary.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross.
You're like,
Awesome.
What about the one that goes backwards? Like you do the it's the newest.
Oh, I don't know about that one. Yeah.
Aftershock.
That
Yeah, I don't know
it
about
gave me my
Aftershock.
first ever panic attack.
Whoa.
At the end, I was bawling because it was like I think I was still at the end of high school or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I was just like, I got off and I didn't even know I was crying. And my
like,
my boyfriend at the
tears.
time was like,
Are you okay?
"What do I do with this?"
Was that great?
No.
Tears, like,
Yeah,
Weeping.
terrifying.
Oh, man.
But I love the wooden ones. Those are fun.
Yeah.
Very
More
rickety.
danger.
Yeah, and they don't go as fast. So you're like,
Well, okay. So you were like, yeah, Dad, no, I don't want to be a fighter
I'm like,
pilot.
I'm good.
I'm here to do art and poetry and
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a grown-up job. Like I'm a teacher. You know.
let's go.
But it's very
Where at?
at SEC.
Mm.
Yeah, the community
Excellent.
college. It's the best. And there's I feel like there's a lot of overlap because as a teacher, you get a lot of autonomy.
Yeah.
You get to create your own classroom, and my curriculum is very unorthodox, you
Yeah.
could say. A lot of creative writing.
Do you
in
teach
there.
creative writing?
I do.
Oh,
So sick.
So
I
dope.
gotta take that course now.
Get in there.
Yeah.
I'm teaching it in the fall. In person.
Ooh,
I'm
whoa.
pumped.
Whoa.
Yeah, like we're bringing classes back in person. I'm so excited
Oh,
to have
so
it.
cool.
excellent.
Incredible.
Yeah, I'm pumped. So it's a really cool job, but it also gives me a lot of freedom and like my schedule's pretty loosey goosey, and yeah, so it's an amazing occupation to have as an artist.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
plug for the community college.
So-
Let's go.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, creative writing is like one of my favorite things ever. When I was in college as well.
Where'd you go to college?
SFCC.
Dope.
Yeah. So, but
Rivals? Rival schools?
We
you-
love
Not
them.
really.
We
Do you-
love
yeah.
them.
do you have
Yeah.
any like creative writing exercises? Like, do you like to implore to students
Ooh.
I
like
have
a daily exercise?
I feel like it's very very loosey goosey, but I have them write every day. Like I have them
Okay.
do like a 10-week writing document where they have to write, and it has to be 50 pages by the end. But I say like even
So it's like a continuation.
yeah, it's a
Okay.
continuation, and I tell them like you can't go back and edit and like tinker
can't
with
edit
everything.
it?
You just got to
That's
keep
it.
like
Dang,
new
that's
page,
good.
new page, and it can just be a couple lines. It can be a poem. It can be a short story if you got that in
That's
you
so
for the
cool.
day. But yeah, it's just getting something down every day because that's what was most important for me when I was in grad school. That was one of my professors had us do that, and it was really like it really cemented that idea of like just put something down, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You may never use it again, and that's fine, but
Yeah.
it gets you into that process of creating every day.
Yeah.
What's your process for curating? Because if you have a lot of things in the phone
Oh,
top and
golly.
making every day,
Yeah.
what's your process of curating it down to like a finished product?
Oh, I feel like it's I feel like it's such a, and I don't know if you experience this, but it's kind of a mystical process whether or not you know something is done. And I do this really wacko thing where I really don't revise my stuff. Like I just write it, and if it's done the first round, cool. But if it's not, then I usually abandon it and go. And I don't know if that's kind to the things that I'm creating, but I'm like, if you didn't come out on the first try, like, I don't have time for you, and I'm gonna move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So but then I know immediately whether or not something is a poem, whether or not other people are gonna connect to it, and then
Yeah, you're right every day.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
That you're
so
connected
if-
to that flow state.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so you and it's very easy to know like this is garbage, but that's okay, and it got the pen to paper. And then at the end, I usually every month I'll go back and review everything that I've written, all the poems that I'll write them longhand, and then I'll type them up, and then I'll say, okay, I got 5 or 10 actual poems from this month, and those are the ones I'll submit. And then usually by the end of the year or after every couple years, I'll say, here's my collection, and I'll print it out, and then I'll scatter it all over and see how things connect.
Oh, so
I
you're
was-
saying you print it all physically, and then you're just like,
I'm very
What
old
would it-
school. Like I need
no,
like
that's sick.
That's so cool. Yeah.
No, right there is everything True Hoods is doing for the next year.
That's
written out on
dope.
paper.
Yeah.
Left to it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I really
Uh-oh.
resonate with that.
Spoilers.
Oh, yeah,
No,
I mean,
you're
they
good,
can't
yeah,
see
yeah.
it. You can. I don't care.
I don't want spoilers. I want to be surprised.
Oh, don't try. Yeah, there's no music on the piece of paper, so you're good there.
Okay, good.
But very much, I resonate with that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, and I was
nice
curious,
about
like when you were writing every day, if it was pen to paper. So you write pen to paper,
Yes.
and then you go and type it up.
Yeah, and that's as close as I get to revision. Because sometimes
Okay.
when I'm typing, I'll be like, "That sounds weird," and I'll
Yeah.
just switch it up. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's
So sick.
cool.
I'm so into that.
And do you do pen to paper because like there's no screens? Do you like why pen to paper?
I feel like it just connects me better with.
It's magic.
Yeah, and it is nostalgic. Yeah,
Nostalgia,
whereas
yeah.
I think as a teacher, just like I do all my grading and stuff on the computer, so it just feels, I don't know, like the computer feels like work, whereas writing longhand. Yeah, I mean, like here I am grading, or whereas writing longhand, and it's something that I can take with me. Like you bring your camera everywhere.
Yeah.
I can like my notebooks in my car. So when I see something dope, I can write it down because I don't like the Notes app.
Yeah.
It's too, I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's an extension of the phone world. And a lot of things in the
Exactly.
phone world
And this
suck.
thing is very distracting to me.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
people
Yeah.
contacting you.
It's all in the phone.
People they're like, why is your phone on silent all the time? And I'm like, because I don't
Because of you.
want.
You're asking me right
You
now.
are the reason.
Yeah, because you're a monster and you know my phone number. That's why. Like, I don't want this to ever ring.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Relatable.
Dude, I was talking to someone who was like an old friend who I met the other day at a coffee shop,
Yeah.
and we talked, and he asked if I wanted his number. I told him no. Like,
No thanks. I'm good on friends.
Good. Wait, so did you like do Instagram or anything? Or you were just like, I'm all
I think we
set?
might already be connected on Instagram or something. I'm like, you don't want to.
How'd you set this coffee up?
I just ran into them.
Oh,
I was
got
just out. I had to get some more Instax for this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I'm going to get coffee. And I haven't bought coffee somewhere in like a month. So why not make a date out of it?
Yeah.
Someone I knew, I was excited to see from my past. I was like, whoa, let's connect.
And they
I'm like,
asked you. How'd they
Denied.
take that?
it's so awkward. but
Yeah.
It's fine, I guess. I don't know.
You got to set your boundaries, though.
Yeah,
You're like, I don't give this
exactly.
out to just anybody. okay?
Yeah, exactly.
You are practically a stranger to me.
I just visualize Logan.
I am. I know.
Right?
I'm like,
and
I'm
like you're
stuck
so
in the
sweet,
visualization
but
of
just
this,
to think of you being like, you know what? No,
Actually,
I'm good.
I bet you let him down really easy too. You know, and it's
That
like,
Scorpio in me.
Yeah, but you
It's
have boundaries.
yeah.
You know, like you're a sweetheart, but you're like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Like my phone is
Yeah.
off limits.
I got too
that's-
many we're not gonna talk again.
Right. Like
No,
yeah.
I mean, this is like, that's a really good. How did it feel to you?
Bad.
After? It felt bad,
But also
then
probably-
later,
Yeah,
Kinda-
immediately afterwards I was like,
You're like, why did I do that? But then later you're probably like, thank God I did that.
but you like honored something within you, right? By saying no.
oh man, who knows?
It was an
you
honoring,
honored the
right?
introvert that says I don't.
Yeah, I definitely honored that introvert. in me.
Yeah.
There's a part of me
Yeah.
that like felt really good. There's a part of me that's like, I feel so bad about it. There's no way to. Oh well. But anyway,
I like it.
That's,
Alas.
I like
I'm
that
gonna
too.
try that.
I like
Do
that
it.
too.
Just be like,
That was just like your first instinct at the spot.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The instinct in my moment was just like,
Yeah.
I've already hesitated too long to say yes, so I have to say no now.
like it was just seconds went by and they're like,
They can see you like ping ponging back and forth.
Exactly. At that point, you can't just be like, yes.
Yeah.
wait, and they were offering you their number.
He's like, here's my number.
Honestly, like I'm replaying it. I'm
Never.
like I feel warm now.
I see. Like you
No, I
honored
love
something,
this.
and I,
I
think
love
it's
this,
wonderful.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think introverts, our space is intruded on.
So
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, like,
I
what
dig
would
it.
happen next is that you would have had to text them, or they would have texted you, and then you'd have a pointless small talk conversation, and then nothing would happen, right?
Or they would have demanded your time,
right.
and you're like, I don't have enough of that.
That's
Yes. Oh, so that. And like, I would love to hang out with more people, but like, my time and energy is so limited.
Yeah, like
It's
we
like,
can't,
yeah.
I-
can't spread ourselves thin in that area.
I went to a concert at the Chameleon last week for 20 minutes because I had to be editing this.
Oh,
I was like, man,
oh my
yeah.
gosh.
So when you talk about time, I'm like, I really
Yeah.
get that right now.
Yeah.
How is the commune? I haven't been.
It's
I
sick.
haven't
It's
either.
cool. I gotta
Yeah.
check it out.
A
Ooh.
few times.
Yeah, I
Okay.
will say like the ways that they've instilled more vibe. It's definitely a different
Ooh.
vibe than Lucky
That's
You.
cool.
But it's
So
still a
yeah.
really strong vibe,
That's
which I
awesome.
like. And they took out the wall between the bar and like the main area,
Cool.
the venue,
But
like
so you
can
that's how
enjoy
it
the
was before.
music.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So it does feel very like open. Like it reminded me of
That
the good
sounds
days.
nice.
Yeah.
I gotta check it out.
I was at the Rainier release party.
Oh,
Oh, I
Yeah.
bet that was dope.
That was so much fun. Like they had shows on the top level and then just a DJ on the bottom.
How's
Nice.
the, how's the basement? Does the basement still have a bar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they change
Cool.
what's in there?
Not a whole lot.
Cool.
Yeah,
'Cause
still
the
the
top
same.
floor is like way
Way different top, but the bottom's still
Different.
very like clubby, vibey, dancey. So
Sick.
Dope. I gotta check it out. Are there any good concerts coming up that we know of?
Jen.
Yeah. There should be probably.
There better
A little
be.
Easter egg?
Yeah.
Any true
little Easter
little
egg?
True Hoods?
Oh
concert?
no, there's not a True Hood show coming out. At least not to my
Boo.
knowledge.
All right. Okay.
Who knows? Darian's the master negotiator. Though.
That's true.
He does all the scheduling.
He talks to the people, and then I tell him what we should charge.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have a good flow.
I like
Love that. Amazing. Amazing.
Well, I think it's probably time to wrap up.
I guess. Yeah. I guess. I mean, that's true. I mean, okay. If you could give advice to anybody on the creating every day, because I mean, I just think it's so cool. I know we're supposed to wrap up, but I just it's like this thing. It's like this thing I haven't yet been able to do as an artist. Is the everydayness
Yeah,
of
where
it.
do you start?
I think what Hector said a while ago about when you're still creating art when you are consuming art. So I think it's really important to find what inspires you. And a lot of the time, if I don't immediately have something to write about, I will read poetry initially for a little bit and get my mind into that state, and then I'll start writing. So the advice I would have is find who or what inspires you and consume that as much as possible. Like, do you have specific photography books that you return to and artists?
I just recently picked up Edward Hopper, which is a painter.
Oh, dope.
But like I just like the way he just portrays things. It just reminds me of photos. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah. See, we gotta constantly find things like that that remind us why art is important to us, and that can kind of propel you. So for you, it's listen to, right, like listen to comedy,
listening on-
find and observe,
Yeah.
because you're a natural observer. So get out
Observing
there.
all three of you right now.
There, you're like
I'm
jokes
observing.
And you
filing
pick,
away.
Do you see
Don't you
these
pick up comedy books too?
observations?
Yeah, you pick up-
That's
Oh.
true. I do.
You do a lot
comedy
of-
books.
I guess I do. Yeah. I wish that I had like a practice where I write every day. That's really like
You
something
can
I'm
do
looking
that.
for.
Do it.
I
You should
know
do it
it's-
tomorrow.
It's the steadfastness. It's the being able to do it. It's like I'll able to do it. It's like it almost feels like a New Year's resolution. Like I'll be able to do it for a period of time, but it's not like that ingrained and the longevity of it is not there yet.
But I think if you connect it, like Logan said, to feel if you don't do it, then it's a literal
Yes.
betrayal.
Yes.
And you feel like
yes, that
weird.
identity. Yeah.
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 Then that's motivation.
That's what I need to do. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get for.
Yeah. Instead of being
Inspired
like-
by today's talk.
Yeah.
I'm so inspired by this app.
Man,
Hey,
that makes me happy.
let's
It's
go.
been fun.
Yeah.
Well,
well,
talk
actually-
louder, Janelle Cordero. Buy it. Where can we buy it?
You can soon buy it at Auntie's. They don't have any copies right now, but
sold out.
Sold out.
That's a good
but
thing.
I'm gonna bring more, and you can also buy it from Papichu's website. Yeah, it's they're so cute. Yeah,
Yeah, there's that. I was checking out their website
so
too. There's some-
cute.
man, that makes me really happy. There's so many questions I have for you about that whole experience too, but that's
so
for
fun.
another time.
Yeah.
Another time.
Bring her on again.
Yeah.
I'd be
absolutely.
honored.
You will have to come back.
I'd be
Absolutely.
honored. That's been
Cameron, do you
so
have any
dope.
kind words for our listeners? Any
Oh.
benediction?
Oh my gosh. Well, this benediction is for myself as well. I'll have to say. You are an artist. Live it, breathe it, dive into it, become it. That's what I have to say.
Damn right. Cool.
That's what I have to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Beautiful.
Yay.
job. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.